Hola! Today we're going to learn about los mandatos informales. So, the informal commands. The learning objectives are that you are able to form the informal affirmative and negative commands in Spanish, form the affirmative and negative commands in formal, identify the irregular commands in both the affirmative and negative forms, and then form the commands of reflexive verbs. So let's see, how do we do this? To make an informal command, basically telling somebody to do something, the affirmative is do it, the negative you'll see in a minute is don't do that. So whatever it is. So to say do this, you take the to form of the verb and drop the s. Or you just take the la usted form of the verb, whatever's easier for you to remember. I learned these as you take the to form and drop the s. So tell somebody, prepare for the test, prepara. Sweep the floor, barre. Serve the food, sirve. So all we've done is take the to form of preparar, which would be preparas, drop the s. Barrer, barres, drop the s, barre. Servir is sirve. Notice we still do the stem change, the e to I. And sirves is the to form, drop the s, we have sirve. So these are the ways to tell somebody to do something. To tell somebody not to do something, you take the to form of the opposite kind of verb. So, for example, if you have an AR verb, like preparar, you take the ER and IR ending for the to form, which is es, and you say no prepares. Don't prepare. I don't know why you would tell somebody don't prepare, but don't prepare. No prepares. Barrer is an ER verb, so you give it the AR2 ending, which is as. No barras. Don't sweep. Or servir is an IR verb. You take the AR ending, and the to form is as. No sirvas. Don't serve. So, really quickly, the do it is just to form drop the s. The don't do it is take the to form of the opposite kind of verb. So just again, verbs that end in AR won't take as, they'll take ace, and then ER and IR verbs take as. And then, like when you're telling somebody don't do it, we're called negative informal commands. So when you have a cargar zar verb, you take the spelling change. Remember those cargar zar verbs? We saw them in the past tense. The gar changed to gay, the car changed to k, and the zar changed to say. When you use them in the negative command, you have to take that spelling change. So if your verb is a gar verb, like, why am I having a hard time thinking of a gar verb? Pagar. There we go. So to tell somebody pay, it's paga, right? Because it's an AR verb, we take the to form, drop the s. We tell somebody don't pay, we have to take those spelling changes, and it becomes no pagues. The affirmative is paga, the negative is no pagues. If you have a car verb like sacar, tell somebody do it, saca. Don't do it, no saques. Zar verbs are like empezar. So tell somebody start or begin, empieza. Or no empieces. Okay? Oh, here I put an example at the bottom. No juegues fútbol en la casa. No toques, no empieces. So, but again, you only take those spelling changes when you're giving the negative form, not the affirmative. So here are some irregular affirmative commands, and there's a nice little mnemonic device to help you remember them. It's Vin Diesel has 10 weapons. So, and I'll show you where that comes from. If you go down the middle, these verbs on the left, venir, decir, salir, hacer, tener, ir, poner, and ser, are all irregular in the affirmative form. So to tell somebody to come, say it, leave, do it, take this, go, put, be, you say ven, di, sal, haz, ten, ve, pon, se. So that's supposed to sound like Vin Diesel has 10 weapons. Vin Diesel has 10 weapons. So ven, come, di, say, sal, get out of here. Haz tu tarea, do your homework. Hazme una pizza, make me a pizza. Ten, here, have this, take this. Ve, go. Ve la cama, go to bed. Pon, put, like, ponte la ropa, put your clothes on. Or say un buen niño, be a good boy. Vin Diesel has 10 weapons. Hopefully you remember that. There are two negative irregular forms. No vayas, don't go. No seas, don't be. So no vayas, don't go. Por favor, no te vayas, please don't go. No seas malcriado, don't be rude. So here are some common expressions that use these commands. Be careful. We say ten cuidado, have care. Come here, ven para acá, come over here. Tell me the truth. Dime la verdad. Don't go. I just said that. No vayas. Don't tell me. You don't say. That's an expression. It's no me digas. No me digas. Don't be afraid. No ten miedo. Put on the hat. Ponte la gorra. And don't be like that. No seas así. No seas así. Don't be like that. When you have a reflexive verb put in the command form, you have to, that should say indirect object pronouns. So you attach the direct object pronoun, indirect object pronoun, to the verb. So, lávate, wash yourself. Sécate, dry yourself. These are all going to be in the to form because usually when you're telling somebody to do something, you're talking to their face. If I want to tell Bob to go wash his car, I'm not going to put it in the L form. I'm not going to say, he washed his car. I'm going to put it in the to form. I'm going to talk to Bob to his face and say, go wash your car. So the commands are always in the to form, if that makes sense. So, lávate, wash yourself. Sécate. And again, you put the accent over the first vowel in the command. If you have a negative command, the indirect object pronoun will be placed before the verb. So, no te levantes, don't get up. No te seques, don't dry yourself. Time to check yourself. Can you form the informal, affirmative, and negative commands in Spanish? Can you form the formal, affirmative, and negative commands in Spanish? Is that what I just said? There's too many form and forms and informals in these questions. Can you identify the irregular commands in both the affirmative and negative? Remember, Vin Diesel has ten weapons. And can you form the commands of reflexive verbs? If it's affirmative, you tack the te on the end, lávate. If it's negative, you put the te before it. No te bañes, no te seques, no te levantes. So, you have just finished your last video lesson for Spanish 122. Congratulations. I believe I again have given you plenty to think about. And as usual, you can always look online for extra resources or ask me any questions you may have. Adios.